Good morning, students. In today's session, we are going to start with the topic of arithmetic progression. So first of all, let us start with the definition of AP series. So its definition is a sequence. A sequence is called an AP. A sequence is called an AP if difference of a term, if the difference of a term with its previous term is always same, So what is the definition of AP series? A series or sequence is said to be in AP whenever the difference of any term with its previous term is always same. It means when we talk about the arithmetic progression, we always have to check the difference between the term. So let us understand this definition with the help of an example. For example, suppose we have given a sequence 2, 5, 8, 11 up to so on. Suppose we have given this sequence. Now in this case, the first term, this is equals to 2. Now to evaluate whether this sequence is in AP or not, firstly we have to check the difference among the different terms. So first of all, let us find the difference. Second term minus first term, this is equals to 3. Third term minus second term, this is again equals to 3. Fourth term minus third term, this is again equals to 3. It means in this sequence, when we consider the difference of any term with its previous term, the difference is always same, which is equals to 3. Hence, we can say the given sequence is in AP. It means any sequence or series will be in AP whenever their difference is same. Means difference of any term with its previous term. So let us consider one more example. So let us consider one more example to understand this concept. For example, 5, 10, 15, 20 up to so on. 5, 10, 15, 20 up to so on. Suppose we have considered this sequence. Now in this case, what is the first term? This is equals to 5. Now we have to calculate the difference. Second term minus first term, that is 10 minus 5. This is equals to 5. Third term minus second term, this is again equals to 5. Fourth term minus third term, this is again equals to 5. It means when we consider the difference of any term with its previous term, the difference is always same, which is equals to 5. Hence, we can say the given sequence is in AP. So from these two examples, we can conclude that any sequence or series will be in AP whenever the difference of any term with its previous term is always same. So beta, these are the two examples related to the AP series. And in both these examples, we have considered an increasing sequence. So let us consider one more example. We have different type of sequences. For example, let us consider 11, 7, 3, -1 up to so on. Suppose we have considered this sequence. Now we shall check whether this sequence is in AP or not. The concept is same. We have to check the common difference. So first of all, in this case, the first term is equals to 11. The first term is always denoted by A. Now we are going to check the common difference. Second term minus first term, this is equals to -4. Third term minus second term, this is again equals to -4. And fourth term minus third term, this is again equals to -4. It means in this sequence, When we consider the difference of any term with its previous term, the difference is always same, which is equals to -4. Hence, we can say this sequence is also in AP. जो आपके पास difference है, it may be positive, it may be negative, or it may be in a fraction. So what is the main conclusion of these examples? कि any sequence is said to be in AP whenever the difference of any term with its previous term is always same. So beta, these are the examples of different AP series. Now let us move to the first formula of arithmetic progression, that is nth term. This formula is very important. Nth term or general term of AP. So this is one of the formula of arithmetic progression. What is the formula? Nth term or general term of an arithmetic progression. Nth term is always denoted by Tn, and what is the formula? A plus n minus 1 into D. This is the formula for nth term of an arithmetic progression. Tn, this denotes the nth term. A means first term of the given sequence. D is the common difference that can be calculated by subtracting second term from first one, third from second, and so on. And what is the n? This is the number of terms. So beta, this is the basic formula of arithmetic progression. This formula is basically used to calculate any term of arithmetic progression. For example, suppose we have given a sequence 2, 4, 6, 8 up to so on, and we want to calculate the 16th term of particular sequence. So when we want to calculate any terms, it means we have to apply the formula of general term, or you can say the nth term of the AP. And what is the formula? The formula is Tn is equals to A plus n minus 1 into D. All the symbols are already clear. A means the first term of sequence. D is the common difference that we shall evaluate for the particular sequence. N means the total number of terms. And Tn means the particular term. It may be 6th term, 17th term, and so on. So this is the most important formula of arithmetic progression. So let us start with the first example of AP series. So please note down the first example. First question is, show that the sequence. First question is, show that the sequence 9, 12, 15, 18 up to so on, show that the given sequence is in AP. Also find its 16th term. So this is the first example of arithmetic progression. So first of all, let us have a look at the statement. What is given and what we want to calculate. We have given a sequence 9, 12, 15, 18 up to so on. What we want to check? First of all, we have to check whether the given sequence is in AP or not. And what is the second part? Also, we want to calculate its 16th term. It means this particular example consists of two parts. In the first part, we shall check whether the sequence is in AP or not. Or in the second part, we have to calculate its 16th term. First term, second term, third, fourth, 4 terms are given and sequence is going on. And now what we want to calculate, we want to find its 16th term. So beta, what we have to do, first of all, let A is the first term. The first term is always denoted by A. And D is the difference of AP. Let us consider that A is our first term and D is the common difference of arithmetic progression. So first of all, what we have to do, we have to find the first term of this given sequence. So what is the first term? A is equals to 9, and now we are going to calculate the difference. How can we calculate the difference? What is the formula? Second term minus first term, then third term minus second term, up to so on. So beta, what is the formula? T2 minus T1, which is equals to 12 minus 9, and this will be equals to 3. Again, third term minus second term. What is the third term? This is equals to 15. And what is our second term? This is equals to 12. It means 15 minus 12. This is again equals to 3. Again, fourth term minus third term. What is our fourth term? This is equals to 18. And what is the third term? This is equals to 15. So 18 minus 15, this is again equals to 3. It means in the given sequence, when we calculate the difference is always same, and this is equals to 3. Hence, we can say the given sequence is in AP. By definition, since the difference of any term, with its previous term, since the difference of any term with its previous term is always same, that is equals to 3. Hence we can say the given sequence is in AP. Hence we can say the given sequence is in AP. It means we have calculated the first part of this example. In the first part, we have to check whether the given sequence is in AP or not. By definition of arithmetic progression, we have calculated since the difference of all the terms with their previous term is always same, and this difference is equals to 3. Hence, we can say the given sequence is in AP. So, beta, this is the first part of this example. Now, let us start with the second part. What we want to calculate in the second part of this example? We want to calculate the 16th term of this sequence. As we know, nth term, this is equals to A plus N minus 1 into D. This is the formula to calculate the nth term of any arithmetic progression. Now, in this case, we want to calculate the 16th term. It means the value of n, this is equals to 16. So, what will be the formula? A plus 16 minus 1 into D, which is equals to A plus 15D. Now, A is already given in the equation, which is equals to 9. And D is already calculated in the first part, which was equals to 3. 12 minus 9, this is equals to 3. 15 minus 12, this is again equals to 3. It means the first term, this is equals to 9. The common difference D, this is equals to 3. Hence, after simplification, we get 16th term of the given sequence. This is equals to 54. Therefore, 16th term of the given sequence is 54. So beta, this was the first example of arithmetic progression. Again, please have a look at this example. In the first part, we have calculated the given sequence is in AP by finding out their common difference. And in the second part, we have calculated the 16th term of this sequence by applying the formula of nth term. So beta, this was the first example. Please have a look at this question. Now let us move to the second question. Let us discuss some more example based on arithmetic progression. And what is the first question? Which term of the sequence? This question is important one. Which term of the sequence 72 comma 70, comma 68, comma 66, up to so on is 40. Which term of the given sequence is 40? It means we have given a sequence. First of all, we shall check what is the position of 40. Means which term of this particular sequence is equals to 40. For example, first term is equals to 72. Second term is 70. Third term is equals to 68. Fourth term, this is equals to 66. So what is the position of this 40? It means we want to calculate the value of n in this example. So let us start with the simplification of this question. What is given in this example? Let A is the first term. Let A is the first term and B is the common difference. Let A is the first term and B is common difference of arithmetic progression. That is, what is the value of A? A is the first term, which is equals to 72. Now, what is D? This is the common difference. And how can we calculate the common difference? Second term minus first term. That is 70 minus 72. This is equals to minus 2. Similarly, 68 minus 70. This will be again equals to minus 2. 66 minus 68. This will be again equals to minus 2. It means the first term of given sequence is equals to 72. And what is the value of D? D is the common difference, which is equals to minus 2. Now let us consider nth term. This is equals to 40. Since we don't know what is the position of 40, so let us consider this is our nth term. And by applying the formula of nth term, we shall calculate the value of n. Nth term, this is equals to 40 that we have assumed. And what is the formula for nth term? The formula is A plus n minus 1 into D. This is the formula for nth term and right hand side will be same. Now the value of A and D, this is already available in the example. So substitute the value of A and D in this formula and after simplification, we will get the value of n. So what is A? This is equals to 72. N minus 1, it will be as it is since we don't have the value of n. And what is D? This is equals to minus 2. Again, right hand side will be same. So let us simplify this example. What will be the next step? 72 plus minus minus 2 into n. This is equals to 2n. Again, minus minus plus 2 into 1. This is equals to 2. And right hand side will be same. So after simplifying this step, you will get this equation, that is minus plus, this is equals to minus 2 into n, this will become 2n, minus 2 into minus 1, this will become plus 2 because minus minus, this will be cancelled out. So beta, what is the next step? 72 plus 2, this is equals to 74, minus 2n, this is equals to 40. Now, since we want to calculate the value of n, so take the constant term on left hand side and the term with variable on right hand side. It means 74 minus 40, this is equals to 2n. 74 minus 40, this is equals to 34. And right hand side, this is equals to 2n. Now we want to get the value of n. So 34 by 2, this is equals to n. That is n is equals to 17. N is equals to 17. Hence, we can say 17th term of this sequence is equals to 40. Therefore, 17th term of the given sequence, 17th term of the given sequence is 40, that is 40. So beta, this question is very important. What we have discussed in example, actually we want to find which term of this particular sequence is equals to 40. So after simplifying, after applying the formula of nth term, we can conclude 17th term of this particular sequence will be equals to 40. So these two examples are based on the formula of nth term, or we can say the general term of arithmetic progression. These type of examples are important from the examination point of view also. So let us discuss one more example. Is 184, the next question is 184 a term of the sequence? Is 184 a term of the sequence 3, 7, 11 up to so on? Is 184 a term of the sequence 3, 7, 11 up to so on? So beta, what is given in this equation and what we want to calculate? We have given a sequence which consists of the terms like 3, 7, 11 up to so on. The terms with the same pattern will comes in this sequence, and what we want to check कि whether 184 is a term of this sequence or not. 184 is sequence में आता है कि नहीं आता, that we want to check. So let us start with the simplification of this example. Let A is the first term. Let A is the first term and D is the common difference of AP, and D is the common difference of given AP. That is, what is the value of A? A is the first term which is equals to 3. And what is the difference? D is equals to second term minus first term, which is equals to 4. Again, third term minus second term, this will be again equals to 4. It means we have given a sequence whose first term is equals to 3 and common difference D, this is equals to 4. Now let us consider 184. This is our nth term. Actually, we want to check whether 184 is a term of this particular sequence or not. So what we have considered, we have assumed that 184 is the term of this sequence and it is our nth term. This is our assumption. Now let us check with the simplification whether our assumption is true or wrong. It means 184, this is equals to Tn, where Tn means the nth term. So what is the formula for nth term? A plus n minus 1 into D. Again, in this case, we have applied the same formula. Now, since we have the value of A and D are already available in the question. So let us substitute their value. A is equals to 3. And what is the value of D? This is equals to 4. Now let us simplify. 184, this is equals to 3. 4 into n, this is equals to 4n. And 4 into minus 1, this will be equals to minus 4. So this implies 184, this is equals to 3 minus 4, this is equals to minus 1, or 4n is a positive term. So write this term as it is. Now since we want to calculate the value of n, so take the constant term on left hand side and the term with variable on right hand side. So 184 plus 1, this is equals to 185. And what is our right hand side? This is equals to 4n. So what is the value of n? This is equals to 185 divided by 4. Now when we divide 185 by 4, what we get? 4 4 ka 16. 6 4 ka 25. It means this number is not properly divisible by 4. So what we get, n is equals to 46.2. The value of n is not a natural number. This is a decimal number. So what we conclude, since n is not a natural number, since n is not a natural number, therefore 184 is not a term of given sequence. Hence, we can conclude कि 184 this is not a term of the given sequence. N is always a natural number. Natural number means you can say it is a counting number. Like first term, second term, third term, fourth term. We never say ki 4.5 term, 6.2 term. It means the value of N, this is always a counting number, or you can say a natural number. Now in this case, we get the value of N in decimal, which is not a natural number. It means our assumption is wrong. Hence, we can say 184. This is not a term of the given sequence. So, beta, this is the solution of this example. Please have a look at this question. Now, let us move to the next example. Now, in these examples, what we have observed, a particular sequence is already available in the example. Now, in the next question, the sequence is not given. अभी हमें sequence given नहीं होगा. Now, let us start with the next example, which is totally different one. The next question is, if the pth term of an AP is Q, if pth term of an AP is Q and qth term is P, if pth term of an AP is Q and qth term is P, then prove that its nth term is P plus Q minus N. Then prove that its nth term is P plus Q minus N. So beta, when we have a look at this question, what is the distinction? In the last three examples, the sequence is already available in the question. But in this case, all the variables are given. हमारे पास सारे के सारे variable है. No sequence, no number is given in this example. So please have a look at the statement. What is given? The pth term of AP, this is equals to Q. Pth term is given, which is equals to Q. Also, we have given the qth term of given sequence, this will be equals to P. What we want to calculate? We want to check whether its nth term, this is equals to P plus Q minus N or not. It means we want to check its nth term, which will be equals to P plus Q minus N. So beta, first of all, since we know that nth term, this is equals to A plus N minus 1 into D, it means to calculate the nth term, actually we need the value of A and D. Firstly, we want to calculate the value of A, which is our first term, and the value of D, which is the common difference. When A and D are available, then we substitute their values in the nth term, and after simplifying, we shall get this result. It means, what is our first step? In the first step, we want to calculate the value of A and D. A and D. These are two variables. It means to simplifying these two variables, we need two equations. So first of all, let us make two equations to calculate the value of two variables, that is A and D. So what is given? Let A is the first term. Let A is the first term and D is common difference of AP. Let A is the first term and D is common difference of AP. Now what is given in this statement? Since pth term, this is equals to Q. The value of pth term, this is equals to Q. It is already given in the statement. Now since nth term, this is equals to A plus N minus 1 into D. This is the formula for nth term. So what will be our pth term? Replace n by p. So what will be the formula? A plus P minus N into D. So the formula for pth term is A plus P minus 1 into D, and this is equals to Q. Now let us simplify. You will get A plus P into D, this is equals to PD. D into minus 1, this is equals to minus D, and right hand side, this is equals to Q. Let us denote it as our equation number 1. So by using the first concept, that is pth term is equals to Q, we will get the equation number 1. Now let us have a look at the statement कि what is again given. अब हमें क्या given है? Also the qh term is equals to P. The second thing which is given in the statement, also qh term, this is equals to P. So again, by applying the same concept, since nth term is equals to A plus N minus 1 into D, so what will be qth term? Replace N by Q. So what you will get? A plus Q minus 1 into D. So what is the formula for qth term? A plus Q minus 1 into D, and what is its value? This is equals to P. Now let us simplify this relation. So you will get A plus QD minus D, this is equals to P, and let us denote it as equation number 2. A plus Q into D, this is equals to QD. D into minus 1, this is equals to minus D, and right hand side will be same. So this will be our equation number 2. So by using the two given relation, we will get two equations which are denoted as equation number 1 and 2. Now by using equation number 1 and 2, we are going to calculate the value of A and B, where A was the first term and D was the common difference of given sequence. So let us start with the simplification. If I subtract equation number 1 and 2, then what will happen? A will be cancelled out and we will get the value of D. And what is D? D is the common difference. So what is the next step? Subtract equation number 1 and 2. Subtract equation number 1 and 2. So we will get, what is the equation number 1? A plus PD minus D, this is equals to Q. And what is equation number 2? A plus QD minus D, this is equals to P. Now we are going to subtract these two equations, and we know during subtraction the sign will always change. It means the positive sign will become negative and negative sign will become positive. A minus A, this will be 0. Minus D plus D, again this will be 0. So we are left with PD minus QD, and this is equals to Q minus P. So after subtraction of equation number 1 and 2, we are left with PD minus QD, and this is equals to Q minus P. Now from the left hand side, D can be taken as common. So what is the next step? We can take D common. So we are left with P minus Q, and this is equals to, since we have P minus Q on left hand side and Q minus P on right hand side. Both the variables are same, but what is the distinction? They have different sign. Like on left hand side, P is positive and Q is negative. But on right hand side, they are of different sign. Q is positive and P is negative. Now we can take negative sign common. So it will become P minus Q. Why we have done this step? Because P minus Q, they will be cancelled out, and we shall get the value of D, which is equals to minus 1. So beta, in the next step, what is D? This is equals to minus of P minus Q divided by P minus Q. P minus Q, this will be cancelled out. So we are left with D is equals to minus 1. So after subtracting equation number 1 and 2, we will get the value of D, which is equals to minus 1. So in first step, we have calculated the common difference, that is the value of D, And now what is the next step? Now we shall calculate the value of A, which is our first term. Now how can we calculate the value of A? D is calculated. Now substitute the value of D either in equation number 1 or equation number 2. किसी में भी fill करो, you will get the value of A also. So let us start with the next step. What is our next step? Substitute the value of A. The next step is substitute the value of D. Substitute the value of D in equation number 1. Now I'm going to fill the value of D in equation number 1. If you will fill the value of D in equation number 2, again you will get the same result. So what was our equation number 1? A plus P D minus D, this is equals to Q. This was our equation number 1. And now I'm going to fill the value of D in this relation. So beta, what you will get? A plus P, the value of D is minus 1. Then negative sign. Again fill the value of D and right hand side will be same. In this given relation, we have just substituted the value of D, which is equals to minus 1. Now simplify. A plus minus minus P into 1, this is equals to P, minus minus plus 1 will come as it is, and right hand side is also same. So what is the value of A? This is equals to P plus Q minus 1. Since we want to calculate the value of A, that is the first term, so take this term on left hand side and shift the another two terms on right hand side. So you will get the value of A, which is equals to P plus Q minus 1. So by simplifying equation number 1 and 2, we have calculated the value of D as well as the value of A. Now what is the last step of this equation? This example is very important. बस थोड़ा सा lengthy example है बेटा. Now since we want to calculate the nth term, what is the formula for nth term? The formula is A plus n minus 1 into D. A is calculated, D is calculated. Substitute the values of A and D in this formula. So what we get? Nth term, this is equals to, what is the value of A? P plus Q minus 1. This is the value of A. Plus n minus 1. And what is the value of D? This is equals to minus 1. So beta, this is the formula for nth term. And what we have done? We have substituted the value of A and D in this formula. So simplify this relation, you will get P plus Q minus 1 plus minus minus n into 1, this is equals to n, minus minus plus 1 into 1, this is equals to 1. So nth term, this is equals to P plus Q minus n plus 1 minus 1, this will be cancelled out. So hence we can say the nth term, this is equals to P plus Q minus n. Hence proved. तो यही हम लोगों ने प्रूव करना था कि its nth term this must be equals to P plus Q minus n. So this is our result. So students, in this example, we have given two relations. Pth term is equals to Q and Qth term is equals to P. By using these two equations, we have calculated the value of A and D. Now, since we want to prove whether its nth term is equals to this or not, so first of all, write down the formula for nth term and substitute the value of A and D in this formula. After simplification, you will get the nth term, this is equals to P plus Q minus n. So beta, this was the example based on the Pth and Qth term. Now, what is the next question? For what value of n? The next example is, for what value of n, nth term of the sequence For what value of n, nth term of the sequence 4, 11, 18 up to so on, 4, 11, 18 up to so on, and 94, 91, 88 up to so on are equal. For what value of n, the nth term of both the sequences are equal. So this was our next example. So first of all, please have a look at the statement. We have given two sequences. The first sequence is 4, 11, 18 up to so on. And the second sequence is 94, 91, 88 up to so on. The two sequences are given and we want to find out if their nth term are equal, then we have to calculate the value of n. For what value of n, मतलब n की कौन सी value होगी for which the nth term of both the sequences will be equal. So this is our next question. So first of all, what we have to discuss in this question? Firstly, we shall calculate the nth term of first sequence. Then we evaluate the nth term of second sequence. Then we equate nth term of both the sequences. Since nth term of these sequences are equal, it means firstly we shall evaluate their nth term. Then their nth term will be equals, and from that equation we shall calculate the value of n. So let us start with the simplification of this example. Let the first sequence is 4, 11, 18 up to so on. We have given a first sequence 4, 11, 18 up to so on. That is the first term of given sequence is equals to 4 and common difference d, this is equals to 7. This is a sequence whose first term is equals to 4 and what is the value of d? This is equals to 7. Also, the second sequence is 94, 91, 88 up to so on. Also, we have given a second sequence whose first term is, what is its first term? This is equals to 94. And what is the value of d in this case? This is equals to -3. Why -3? Because second term is 91 and first term is 94. So when we subtract larger term from the smaller one, you will get negative sign along the number. It means in the second sequence, the value of d, this is equals to -3. Now, nth term of the first sequence. So beta, what is the formula for nth term? Tn, this is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. Now, what is the value of a and d in case of first sequence? The value of a, this is equals to 4. And what is d? This is equals to 7. So, Tn is equals to 4 plus n minus 1 into 7. This is the formula or this is the value of nth term for the first sequence. Now simplify, you will get 4 plus 7n minus 7 and this is equals to 7n minus 3. So this is the nth term of first sequence which is denoted by equation number 1. Also, the nth term of second sequence, the formula will be same. That is Tn is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. So substitute the value of a and d in this formula. What is the value of a for the second sequence? This is equals to 94. And what is the value of d? This is equals to -3. So beta, after simplification, we will get 94 plus minus minus 3 into n. This is equals to 3n minus minus plus 3 1 का 3. So after simplification, you will get 97 minus 3n. This is the nth term of second sequence. So two sequences are already given. First of all, we have calculated their first term and common difference, and then we have find out their nth term, which is denoted as equation number 1 and 2. Now, what is the next step? We have to check if their nth term are equal, then what will be the value of n? So now what we have to discuss? Since nth term of both the sequences are equal, since nth term of both the sequences are equal, so from equation number 1 and 2, so from equation number 1 and 2, we have 7n minus 3. This is equals to 97 minus 3n. Since nth term of both the sequences are equal, so that's why we have equated the nth term of equation number 1 and 2. So now we are going to simplify. Take constant term on right hand side and term with variable n on left hand side. So what we shall get? 7 plus 3, this is equals to 10. And what is the right hand side? This is equals to 100. So what is the value of n? This is equals to 100 by 10. It means the value of n, this is equals to 10. Hence we can say nth term of both the sequences are equal. Hence, we can conclude the nth term of both the sequences are equal if n is equals to 10. When the value of n, this is equals to 10, at that particular point, the nth term of both the sequences will be equal. So, beta, this was our next example. So please have a look at this question. Now, beta, recently we have discussed different examples regarding the terms of arithmetic progression. Whether we are talking about nth term, pth term, qth term, it means we have discussed the different examples regarding the general term, or you can say the nth term of AP. And now the next subtopic of arithmetic progression is how can we calculate the sum of n terms of AP? So this is our next example or next formula. The next subtopic of arithmetic progression is sum of n terms of AP. It means when we want to calculate the sum of any sequence or series of arithmetic progression, then we have two formulas. The first formula is n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the first formula. Sn means the sum of n terms. N is the number of terms. A is the first term and d is the common difference. So beta, what is the meaning of all these symbols? Sn will denote the sum of n terms. N means the number of terms. A is our first term as we have already discussed. And what is D? This will be common difference of particular sequence of series. So beta, this is the meaning of all the symbols in the first formula. And what is the second formula to calculate the sum? The second formula is n by 2 into A plus L. Rest of the meaning have same. Rest of the variables have same meaning, but again in this case we have a new variable, that is L. So what is the meaning of L? L means last term. L will denote the last term of the particular sequence or series. Sn means the sum of n terms, n is the number of terms, A is the first term. So L is the new variable, which means the last term of the sequence or series. So beta, now we shall use these two formulas to calculate the sum of arithmetic progression. So what is the basic difference between these two formulas? Any idea? What is the distinction between these two formulas? It is very clear from the symbol itself. We shall apply the second formula whenever the last term of particular sequence or series is given. If in any sequence or series last term is given, then we shall apply the second formula to calculate the sum. But whenever the last term is not given, then we can directly apply the first formula to calculate the sum of given series or sequence. So this is the basic distinction between these two formulas. Whenever किसी भी series में last term given हो, whenever the last term is given in a particular series or sequence, then we shall apply the second formula to calculate the sum. Otherwise, we can directly find out the sum by applying the first formula. So this is the basic distinction between these two formulas. Now let us start simplifying some examples based on these formulas. Okay, students, now we are going to simplify some example based on these two formulas, that is regarding the sum of different AP series. So what is the first example? Please note down the statement. Find the sum of the series. Find the sum of the series. We have given a series that is 12 plus 15 plus 18 up to so on, up to 16 terms. Calculate the sum of given series up to 16 terms. So beta, please have a look at the statement. We have given a series and we want to calculate the sum of this series. First of all, since the last term is not given, it means we can directly apply the first formula to calculate the sum of this series. So let us start with the simplification. Let A is the first term. The first term is always denoted by A. And D is common difference of AP. In any arithmetic progression, common difference will be denoted by D and first term will be denoted by A. That is, beta, what is the value of A in this series? This is equals to 12. So A is equals to 12. And what is the value of D? 15 minus 12, this is equals to 3. Again, 18 minus 15, this will be 3. It means we have given a series whose first term is equals to 12 and common difference, this is equals to 3. Also, we want to calculate the sum of this series up to 16 terms. It means what is the total number of terms in this case? This is equals to 16. The value of n is also given, and what is the value of n? This is equals to 16 because we want to calculate the sum of this series up to 16 terms. Now since Sn is equals to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d, we can apply this formula to calculate the sum of AP series whenever the last term is not given. So apply this formula. Substitute all the values. What is the value of n? This is equals to 16. What is A? The value of A is 12. N is equals to 16. And what is the value of D? This is equals to 3. So in this formula, we have substituted the value of A, N, and D. After simplification, you will get 8. 12 into 2, this is equals to 24. 16 minus 1, this is equals to 15. So 15 into 3, this will be equals to 45. 15, 3 ka 45. Now after adding these two numbers, you will get 16 term. This is equals to 8 into 69. So 8 into 69, this is equals to 552. Therefore, sum of 16 terms of given series is 552. It means the sum of 16th term of the given series, this will be equals to 552. So beta, by applying the first formula of sum of AP series, we have calculated the sum of first 16th term for this example. Please have a look at this question. So now let us discuss one more example regarding the sum of arithmetic progression. The second example is, find the sum of the series. Find the sum of the series 51 plus 50 plus 49 up to so on 31. Find out the sum of the given series. Now, beta, first of all, what is the distinction between this example and the last one? In this case, the last term is also given. The last term of this series is already available. It means we shall apply this formula to calculate the sum of given series. Last term is available. It means the value of L, this is equals to 31. What is A? This is the first term, which is equals to 51. A is given, L is given. So first of all, we want to calculate the value of N so that we can find out the sum of this series. To calculate the sum of this series, firstly, we want to calculate the value of N. So let us start with the simplification. Let A is the first term. Let A is the first term and D is common difference. Let A is the first term and D is common difference of AP. That is, what is the value of A? A is equals to 51. That is, A is equals to 51. And what is the value of D? This is equals to -1. Second term minus first term. So 50 minus 51, this will be equals to -1. 50 minus 51, this will be equals to -1. So we have given a series whose first term is equals to 51 and common difference D is equals to -1. Also, last term L, this is equals to 31. Last term is also available. So to calculate the sum, as we have already discussed, firstly, we need to calculate the value of N. So what we have to do, let us consider 31. This is our nth term. To calculate the value of N, let us assume that 31 is our nth term. Since this is our first term, second term, third term, so we don't have any idea about the position of this last term. So let us consider this is our nth term. Then by applying the formula of nth term, we shall calculate the value of N. So what is the formula for nth term? A plus N minus 1 into D. And right hand side will be same, which is equals to 31. Now substitute the value of A and D in this formula. What is A? This is equals to 51. And we shall evaluate the value of N. And what is D? This is equals to -1. Right hand side will be same. Now simplify. 51 plus minus minus. N into 1, this is equals to N. Minus minus plus 1 into 1, this will be equals to 1. 51 plus 1, this is equals to 52 minus N, and this is equals to 31. Now to calculate the value of N, take the constant term on left hand side and the variable N on right hand side. So what will be our next step? 52 minus 31, this is equals to N. So what is the value of N? This is equals to 21. So by simplification, you will get the value of N. This is equals to 21. So by taking 31 as our nth term, we have calculated the value of n, which is equals to 21. Now what is the second step? We want to calculate the sum of this series. So what is the formula to calculate the sum? N by 2 into A plus L. Last term is given, it means we shall apply this formula to calculate the sum. Now, what is the value of N? This is equals to 21. What is A? The value of A is 51. And what is the last term? This is equals to 31. So substitute all the values in this formula. You will get 21 by 2 into 82. After simplification, you will get 41. So 21 into 41, this is equals to 861. It means the sum of given series, this is equals to 861. So beta, these are the examples based on the first and second formula of sum of AP series. In the first formula, the last term will not be given. But in the second case, since there is variable L, which means the last term, so whenever the last term in sequence or series is given, so we can directly apply this formula to calculate the sum of given series. So students, please have a look at this example. Okay, students, so let us discuss our next question. Now, in the first and second example regarding the sum of arithmetic progression, the sequence or series is already available in the statement. But in the next example, we have to construct the sequence or series. Now, sequence or series will not be given. So let us note down the next question. Find the sum of all integers. Find the sum of all integers between, find the sum of all the integers between 50 and 500, between 50 and 500, which are divisible by 7. Which are divisible by 7. So this is our next question. So first of all, beta, please have a look at the statement. In this case, the sequence or series is not given in the statement. We have given a condition that there are two numbers, 50 and 500. Among these two numbers, we have to consider only the sum of those numbers which are divisible by 7. So what is our step number 1? We have to construct a series. In that series, we will consider only those numbers between 50 and 500 which are divisible by 7. So what is the first number between 50 and 500 which is divisible by 7? 51. This is not divisible by 7. 52 bhi nahi hai. Similarly, 53, 54, we shall check their divisibility by 7. So 56 is the first number which is divisible by 7. 8 7 ka 56. Now, what will be the second number? To calculate the second number, add 7 in the first number. So second number आपके पास क्या आएगा? 63. Similarly, third number will be 70. Fourth will be 77, up to so on. All these numbers are divisible. 8 7 का 56. 9 7 का 63. 10 7 का 70. 11 7 का 77, up to so on. So these are the numbers in order between 50 and 500 which are divisible by 7. And this series will goes up to so on. What is the last limit? The last number is 500. Now we have to check from last which number will be divisible by 7. 500, this is not divisible by 7 because in this case we will get remainder as 3. Again, 499, this is not divisible by 7. 497, this number is divisible by 7. So from last, what is the number which is divisible by 7? 497. So this is a number which is properly divisible by 7. 7 7 ka 49 and 7 1 ka 7. Remainder will be 0. 498, 499, 500. These numbers are not properly divisible by 7. In this case, we get some remainder. So that's why we have not considered 498, 499 and 500. 497 is the number from the last which is properly divisible by 7. It means according to the given condition, we shall get this series. So this is a series which satisfy the given condition, that is those numbers between 50 and 500 which are divisible by 7. Now we can easily calculate the sum of this series because we have already simplified the example based on this. In this case, last term is given. So whenever the last term is given, what is the formula? N by 2 into A plus L. Recently, we have simplified this example. A is already given. A is the first term which is equals to 56. Last term, this is already given which is equals to 497. So to calculate the sum, firstly, we need to calculate the value of N. So now what is our next step? First of all, we shall calculate the value of N so that we can find the sum of this particular series. So let us start with the simplification. Let A is the first term and D is common difference of AP. That is, A is equals to 56 and D is equals to 7. Also, the last term is given which is equals to 497. Now, what is the step number 1? First of all, we shall calculate the value of N. To calculate the value of N, let us consider our nth term. This is equals to 497. Again, we have applied the same concept. First term, second term, third term, fourth term, up to so on. We don't have any idea about the position of this number. So let us consider this is our nth number, or you can say this is our nth term. Now, what is the formula for nth term? A plus n minus 1 into D. Now, substitute the value of A and D. What is A? A is equals to 56. N is a variable that we are going to simplify. And what is D? The value of D, this is equals to 7. Now, simplify this relation. You will get 56 plus 7 into n, this is equals to 7n, and 7 into minus 1, this is equals to minus 7. Again, right hand side will be same. 56 minus 7, this is equals to 49, plus 7n, and this is equals to 497. Now simplify. Take constant term on right hand side. Since we want to calculate the value of n, so keep this term on left hand side and take this constant number on right hand side. 497 minus 49, this will be equals to 448. 17 minus 9, this is equals to 8. 8 minus 4, this will be 4, and 4 will come as it is. Now what we want to do, we want to calculate the value of n. So this is equals to 448 divided by 7. So what is n? In this case, the value of n, this is equals to 64. 7 6 ka 42, 7 4 ka 28. So by simplifying, we have calculated the value of n, which is equals to 64. Why we have done this step? Because we want to calculate the sum of this series. To calculate the sum, we need the value of n. So that's why we have performed all these steps so that we can get the value of n. Now n is equals to 64. A and L, they are already given in the statement. Substitute all the values, you will get the sum of the given series. So what is n? This is equals to 64. First term is equals to 56 and last term this is equals to 497. So simplify, you will get 64 by 2, this is equals to 32. Add these two numbers, you will get 553. So 553 into 32, this will be equals to 17696. 17,696. This is the sum of the given series. The sum of the given series is 17,696. So this is our answer. So students, please have a look at this example. $17,696. This will be the sum of the given series. So these are the example based on the sum of different series or sequences of arithmetic progression. So in the next time, we shall discuss more example based on the sum, as well as how can we find the number in case of arithmetic progression, like the selection of different terms. So better this topic will be discussed in the next class. Thank you everyone.